You've heard Barack get mad at me when I was a kid all the time. He said, I know, all politics is personal.
Yeah.
Well, it's about understanding what motivates the other guy, other woman, and what their interests are. It's a little bit like, you may remember, I found myself with the former Pope, who was much more conservative. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to see me after I spent some time in Poland, because I had said, remember John Rich, John, great guy. John and I went to Poland, and I came back and said, they're gonna leave the Warsaw Pact. They're not gonna be, a year from now, they're not gonna be part of NATO. He said, don't write that. You'll ruin your reputation. You'll ruin your reputation, don't write that. I was confident it was true. I've been dealing since I got elected with the Saudis about, I introduced when the G20 occurred, a proposal as to how to connect everything from India to England. Every one of the countries and the groups and the like Hezbollah and Hamas, and they're all a hell of a lot weaker. Iran is significantly weaker than it was before. I got involved, I didn't think about it this way, but I got involved in public life because of the abuse of power. I mean, my dad would say, the greatest sin of all is the abuse of power. And I was raised in a circumstance where, like I used to always talk about how the worst thing ever happened to me was I used to stutter when I was a kid. And you really get made fun of when you talk like that. And, but I realized, and maybe it was the greatest gift I ever got, things are going to change drastically. And it occurs every 5 or 6 generations. And it usually is generated by technology, usually generated by, for example, if Gutenberg didn't invent the printing press, how that would Europe ever got united in any way to understand what each country is thinking? It sounds stupid, but it really matters. That's different than me writing a check and me signing a check and saying, I did it. I'm not a very good huckster.